I can do, sir, please. Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please. I'm begging you. I'm literally where am I going to put my feet? Sir, I'm begging you, please. Please. Please.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You're not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Today's video takes us to the great state of Michigan, where we find Broken Teeth Josh, as he decides he wants to represent himself in court and doesn't need a public defender. Oh, what's the old saying? Yeah, when you represent yourself, you have a fool for a client. And that applies in this case. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy!
Next, we're in Taylor, Michigan for an arraignment. 47-year-old Joshua Lanto has been charged with interference with police activity. Representing the state is David Greco. Before discussing the case, Lanto's court-appointed attorney, James Gazicki, has a request of the court.
I'm asking the court right now if I could withdraw on this matter. I don't think I could adequately help Mr. Lanto in his legal arguments, and I'm just asking the court if I can withdraw.
I haven't done a video on Josh in a very long time. I kind of lost interest in him because his life was spiraling into the sewer with all his, how shall we say, recreational use of illicit substances. Yeah, and I just lost interest in him. And now he's done something so stupid, I have to make a video. He wants to act as his own attorney and has discharged his public defender. Let's listen into an audio recording between the attorney and Josh. This is classic. Roll that clip.
My name is Jim Gazicki. I'm an attorney. I've been appointed to assist you today. You're charged with interfering with a police officer under city ordinance, which is a violation that carries a maximum punishment of 90 days in jail and or a $500 fine. You do have a right to a trial by a judge or a jury. At the trial, there's a presumption of innocence, a right to remain silent, a right to confront your accusers, ask them questions, present a defense, and have the assistance of an attorney throughout the proceedings, with one being appointed if you cannot afford one. I'm just filling out a form as we're talking here.
Okay, well, you did say I have the right to be presumed innocent, correct?
That's correct. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty.
Okay, and does that mean I'm innocent of all the elements of a crime?
Whoa. Back off. There's a presumption that everybody is innocent until proven guilty.
Okay.
You're charged with violating the law, all right? But that doesn't mean you're guilty. The only way it'd be considered that you're guilty of it is, one, if you entered a plea of guilty, or number two, if a judge or a jury found you guilty. So that's where that is, okay?
Well, that didn't address the question. The question was, you just said that I'm presumed innocent until proven guilty, correct? Am I presumed innocent of all the elements of a charge?
Yes.
Okay, are one of those elements jurisdiction?
One of those what?
Are one of those elements jurisdiction?
Jurisdiction is a separate issue.
What the hell is Josh babbling about? Jurisdiction. He's been watching way too many YouTube videos. And another thing, that's what happens when you use too much wacky tobacco and other illicit substances. Yeah, Josh lost about, I'd say, 60 pounds due to the wacky tobacco and other things. But let's carry on with the conversation.
But why you're saying the court doesn't have jurisdiction over this?
Well, I didn't make that claim. I was just asking the questions.
No, if there is a question of jurisdiction of the court or venue of the court, those are separate issues that could be brought up to have the action removed from this court.
Well, I'd definitely like to see the factual evidence of jurisdiction.
Well, you're putting the cart in front of the horse. First of all, today the purpose is to advise you of what the charge is and advise you of your rights. From this date forward, what I'm going to do is request discovery so that I can get a copy of the police video cameras and whatever evidence they have.
Okay.
All right. Once I get this,
well, are you aware there is a video of the incident? And then the other thing I want to clarify, I just need to make sure I'm going to be able to speak for myself in the court.
Oh, you don't want an attorney?
Well, I'd be happy to have you as standby counsel or as counsel, but I will I will not allow you to speak for me. No.
Okay, then you do not want to be represented by an attorney.
Well,
is what you're saying.
In Michigan, the courts are allowed to appoint you standby counsel or an attorney to be counsel. I've been through this before, so I know.
Yeah. Well, right now, like I said, we got to do it step by step. Okay.
Okay, and then
the question is this: you do. So we're clear. You do not want to be represented by an attorney, but you want to ask the court if you could have a standby attorney.
Well, I just don't know the rules of procedure for, evidence and everything like that, so that I could use some assistance with. But as far as speaking, no, I will speak for myself in a court of law. And then I also had a couple other questions. It did say that this Zoom court was being recorded, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then there naturally would be no objection to me making my own recording?
What is this boy babbling about now? He wants to record the court proceedings, and then he says it's for his own protection. What the hell, Josh? Get those choppers fixed yet, man? Get those teeth fixed. This is a picture of Josh being arrested for driving MCC's truck while he had a suspended license. Are you still friends with MCC? I don't see you hanging out with them in frickin' media anymore. Oh, dearie me.
I think there is that you cannot record stuff without the court's permission. I believe that is the rule, but we can ask the judge that. I can get that clarified.
Yeah, because
before we go any further, I'll get that clarified. Okay? So just hold on. Let me double check what the court rules on it.
Well, I mean, it's 8.115, and then they might have an actual order, but it has to be consistent with the Michigan Supreme Court rule, which is 8.115, which just states that you're not allowed to live stream in a courtroom. But as far as video recording, you have to have the consent of the individuals for their privacy. But I just wish to make an audio-only recording, which I'm doing right now, so if there's any objection, I can stop that. But unless there's an objection and a reasonable objection, I'd be willing to consider reasonable objections.
Okay. You're asking then that if you can make an audio recording.
Well,
right?
I'm making the audio recording right now. If
right.
there's
You
an
want to know
objection,
if you can continue.
Right.
I have no objection to you recording me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I'm going to be
you
threatened
wanna
with
do it in
violence, I
open
will
court.
stop.
Man,
Yeah.
sir, please. One of us can only talk at a time, and I want to make sure that we're going the right direction. Okay.
Oh, I do apologize, Mr. Public Defender, but Josh thinks that everything he has to say is way more important than what you have to say. Hey, here's a picture of Josh's ex-girlfriend. She had a good-ass job at Amazon, but I heard she lost her good-ass job. Yeah, those are tough jobs. They're not for everybody at Amazon. Well, anyway, let's get back to our story.
All right.
Okay.
So you indicated you're not familiar with the procedures and stuff like that, and that's what I'm trying to clarify right now to make sure that we're in line with court procedure. Now, I just want to, you're not asking the court to videotape, you're just asking the court to record the audio during the proceedings, right?
Well, I'm giving them the courtesy to let them know I'm making my own audio recording, but if they have an objection to it, then they need to let me know, because I don't want to be threatened with more violence.
That's what I got. That's what I'm going to check on.
Yeah.
Okay. I spoke with the judge, and he said no as far as recording the audio.
And
that's an issue we can take up at the pretrial. Today, all we're doing is the arraignment to advise you of the charge and what your rights are.
And
okay?
so what happened?
And also
What happens if I do insist on a recording?
You take it up with the judge. If the judge says no, and you tell the judge you're still doing it, he could hold you in contempt.
Well, I don't feel safe without a recording.
You can take that up with the judge. When we go in front of the judge right now, I'll reiterate your concern. So you got to let me finish talking when you ask me a question. We'll go in front of the judge. I'm going to advise you of your rights and the charges against you. I'm also going to advise the judge that I instructed you what the court told me, that you cannot record. You do not feel comfortable with that, and that you, again, is asking the court for permission to record your audio.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a perfectly reasonable thing. I mean, according to the judicial canons, he is supposed to be fair and impartial, right?
Yep.
And then, and then we also have to get the jurisdiction issue settled as well, and we have to get that settled.
What's the issue? What's the issue on the jurisdiction?
Well, let me explain. When you ask something.
That's why frauditors are so stupid. They don't listen long enough to learn anything. They just want to run their mouth. Run. And if you're constantly talking, how could you possibly learn anything? Josh. Oh, man. Josh has really fallen far. Let's take a look at a picture from him from a few years back. Yeah, you see the difference? Man, this guy lost a lot of weight. That's what wacky tobacco and other substances will do to you, isn't that right, Josh? Well, let's carry on with the story.
The jurisdiction is you're charged with violation of a city ordinance that happened in the city of Taylor. This court has jurisdiction over all incidents in the city of Taylor. So they have jurisdiction to hear violations of city ordinance. So what issue are you raising about as far as jurisdiction?
Well, I'd like to see factual evidence of the jurisdiction, because the geographic area.
What do you mean by factual evidence?
Well, you're an attorney. You do know.
No, you're talking in circles. I told you what I'm doing is I'm going to submit an order for a copy of the videos and police report. Is that what you're referring to?
No, I'm referring to, I'd like to see factual evidence of jurisdiction, because at this point, the defendant, or the plaintiff in this case, is the city of Taylor, which, if the city of Taylor, if I did them wrong, or if I did something wrong to the city of Taylor, I'd be happy to apologize to the city of Taylor. If I did something wrong, the only thing that's going to be on the opposite side of that courtroom are state actors, a prosecutor and a police officer, correct?
I've been doing this 40 years, and you got me totally confused on what you want.
Okay, well, let me just break this down.
Telling you this. What? Go ahead.
Well, let me just ask you a few simple, basic, logical questions. The only people on the opposite side of that courtroom from me that are bringing the charges are a prosecutor, which is a state actor, and then a police officer, which is a state actor, correct?
Correct.
Okay, are they aware of what Section 241, Section 242, Title 18, deprivation of rights under color of law? Are they aware of that?
I have no idea where you're going with that, sir. I have no idea where you're going with this.
Well, I need to make sure that we get to the bottom of this and we know who's guilty of criminal behavior here.
Now that's very telling. Here we have a public defender. Said he's been doing this for 40 years and he has no clue about this lingo that broken teeth Josh is using. Section 241, color of law. That's what the frauditors always talk about, isn't it? Frauditor lingo. But a real attorney doesn't know what he's talking about. That's telling.
So if they really want this fight,
you're raising issues, like I told you, that I don't know where you're going with this. All right? I explained to you, first of all, as far as jurisdiction goes, yes, they are state actors. The officers are employed by the city of Taylor. This incident is alleged to happen in the city of Taylor. Therefore, this court has jurisdiction over incidents like this.
Well,
so I don't know what factual stuff you're referring to.
Well, we have no victim. We have nothing to establish jurisdiction at this point other than geographic area, which is not, that doesn't cover 100% of what
you're making no sense, sir. You're making no sense. You have a complaint from a police officer.
A state actor.
That's how things have been going in this country for 200 years. Okay, so I don't know where you're going with this argument. I'm lost as to what you're saying.
Well,
if you know another attorney that's on board what you're saying, maybe we can get the court to a point down, because I don't know where you're going with this argument. It makes no sense.
Well, it's not an argument. I just simply ask questions.
And I gave you the answer, what it is.
Well, and those answers conflict with what I've been told by other legal professionals, so I'm trying to get to the truth.
And get those other legal professionals, because I don't know where they're coming from.
All I want to do is make sure that I get a fair and meaningful hearing, and all I want to do is be left alone.
You're going to get a fair and impartial hearing, all right? If you want to represent yourself, you have a right to do that, okay? They can only use competent and legal evidence against you, and that's why you have a trial. And at that trial is where you'll have your chance to have your day in court.
Well, I've been told
so
that...
we're going to go back. Listen, we're going to go back into court right now. I'm going to advise the court, like I told you, that I advise you of the charge and your rights.
Now, good people, I ask you, this man representing himself in court, don't you think that's a disaster waiting to happen? Oh, yes, indeed. We all know it's a disaster. But maybe Josh needs some time in jail, and then he could think things over. He could think about what direction he wants his life to head in. Because he can't take care of himself, he can't take care of his kids. And you want to talk about a man who's in a middle-age crisis? That's him right there. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the lad. I guess he got hold of those wacky tobacco things and just made him crazy. Yeah, I don't know, Josh. You got to get yourself together, brother.
I'm going to ask the court to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf and set this matter for a breach.
Well, I still don't want that to be done either. I just want them to leave me alone.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into court and I'm going to ask the judge that if I can withdraw and somebody else be appointed to represent you, because you're not making any sense in what you're asking for.
Okay, well, that's fair.
You're none at all. All right?
Well, if I'm not making sense, then yeah, that's fair.
Pardon?
I said if I'm not making sense,
we'll go back into court.
Okay.
As is always the case with Josh's live streams, the audio cuts out, and so does the video. Of course, I didn't show you the video on this, but yeah, Josh's live streams are never fluid. They always break up. But right there at the end, the judge was trying to tell Josh that he's going back into court. He's going to excuse himself from the case, and that's what we heard in the beginning of the video. No doubt about it. All right, then. Let's go into Dr. Dave's archives and get a Dr. Dave double play for your viewing amusement. Roll that clip.
Fresh episode of Pig at its Pig. Fresh episode off the press of Pig at its Pig. Follow me on in there, little piglets. Head on in here and see if they respect my rights to be a transgender, to identify as a pig, and to record in a public government building. Let's head on in, little piglets. Let's head on in. How are we doing today, sir?
Yourself, no recording in the car.
Now, before we get into this ridiculousness, let's take a look at what this sign says. Oh, it says prohibited inside the courthouse. It doesn't say the courtroom. It says the courthouse. Further down, it does say you can't use the device in the courtroom or courthouse. It's very specific here. So let's carry on.
You're wrong, sir. You're wrong. Okay, so I'm going to come inside the courthouse. I'm going to step inside the courthouse. Your duty is to observe and report. And I'm going to go through the metal detector, okay? I'm going to go through the metal detector. Is that okay? It's kind of odd. I can do this at Superior Court, but not the district. How we doing today, officers?
Good. What are we here for, buddy?
I have official business for you. Could you back up, please? You're in my personal space.
Oh, yes, indeed. Personal space. And he has to conduct official business as well. Yeah, the lad's busy today. I wonder what kind of official business he has, other than to dress up like a jackwagon and walk around in public looking like one. Yeah, let's find out.
What are we here for?
I have FOIA requests, and I also have official business with a report, a story I'm working on, sir.
All right. Well, when we go inside, we can talk about your story outside.
I don't know.
We'll talk
Could you
outside.
back up and not put your hands on me? You're in my personal space, sir.
Outside.
You're in my personal space.
Outside.
Yeah, come on.
You're in my personal space. Okay, I'm going to ask you to back
And
up.
I'm going to ask you to go outside so we can talk.
Okay, why don't we call the police? Well, why don't we get the police here?
You don't need the police.
Oh, I think we might need the police here. Is it because I'm transgender?
No.
Is it because I'm a transgender pig?
All right, so this is the pig behind the camera. Describes himself as a transgender pig by the name of Miss Piglet, who goes head to head with other pigs. Whether he's a transgender or not is immaterial to me. Why the hell would you dress up like this? You look like some kind of superhero idiot. Yeah, that's a good description.
I'm going to introduce myself formally. My name is Miss Piglet, and I'm a transgender pig.
Great.
I do audits for transgender rights as well as rights to record in public buildings. You're not allowing me to record public officials in their acts of duty.
You can record out here all you want. Inside.
Why is Superior Court allowing me to go in there and record?
They should.
Well, they let me.
Today.
So, well, I'm not going to disclose that information, but I feel like my rights are being discriminated against. You got in my personal space. You,
All right, listen, hold on. Just listen for a second.
You got in my personal space. There could have been an altercation there, and I was just assaulted at Dennis Police Department, and the video is out right now, and I have a federal lawsuit pending against them.
I'm trying to figure out where these Peckerwoods get all the money to file these federal lawsuits, and then what? When they don't win, they've just wasted that money. It takes $405 with a filing fee. So, yeah, they're not cheap. And if you're going to file, what, 10 of them? That's $4,000.
They did the same thing you did, except attacked me.
You cannot record
But
inside the building. Outside here, you can do all you want.
Are you familiar with the Constitution?
No.
The First Amendment? Are you
But
familiar with that?
With the rules and regulations of the trial court,
Those-
inside, you cannot record.
Those are
inside.
policies, sir. But with all due respect, they're policies.
With all
I'm
due
talking
respect.
about a federal right, a federal law,
I don't
the
know.
First Amendment.
All set. You got to stay outside. You can come in and you turn that off.
It's not going to be
That's the
turned
rule.
off.
Well,
Not
you're
going to be
not coming
turned
in?
off. So you don't allow transgenders in there. I want to get this
No,
on.
I don't record.
I want to hear you say if you're transgender, you can
don't
come in.
allow-
So apparently this frauditor is trying to make this into an LGBTQ thing. I don't know, because why does he keep saying transgender? I don't know if he is or not. I really don't know. Like I said, I don't care. But I think this is a hell of a way to get attention, man. It's the wrong attention.
allow people recording inside the building.
Okay, so you don't allow people recording.
Correct.
You're stepping into some mess here.
Good.
I'm letting you know, you might want to call the police and find out for sure. Because you might be making a mistake. I want to speak to your sergeant, lieutenant, or whoever's above you, please.
You are.
You're the highest one.
Yes.
Jeez. Well, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
I'm telling you.
I can go in there and record.
No, you're not.
I can record everything posted on the walls. If there's stuff on the walls, I can record that. I can stay in public lobbies and public foyers and record.
Record this right here.
That is not a law.
That's right, Miss Piglet. You tell him that's not a law. That's just a policy. And you tell him that the Constitution cannot be overridden by some kind of stinking policy, man. You tell him that, Mrs. Piggy. Hey, you ever eat bacon? You eat bacon? You like bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwiches, Miss Piggy?
That has no law attached to it. That is a policy, sir. The same thing's at the library, a policy.
Here. You cannot record.
It's just a
there.
policy. I can record in the lobbies.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't. You can
Well, I'm not leaving.
Well, then you can stay.
And I guarantee you I'll get in there, because if I have to call the cops to have them educate you, I will.
You call the cops.
Because they're going to educate you. I can go into this property and file a FOIA request.
Out here you can, in there you cannot.
I don't agree with that. You guys are definitely going against my rights as a transgender in the First Amendment to record in public. Yeah, you guys are wrong. You guys are terribly, terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. Yeah, look at you walk away, you tyrant. You tyrant. You tyrant. You won't let me walk inside and record public officials in their acts of duty. This is why I do this, guys. They're not allowing me to go in because I'm recording, which is not a crime. It is not a crime to record. I can record all the public officials and their acts of duty I want. I got a good idea, little piglets. Let's head on to Superior Court and see how that works. Because I guarantee you, I'll get inside there. They're just being a bunch of tyrants over here. Bunch of tyrants.
For me to sit here and say that this man has problems, or woman, whatever the case may be, would not do it justice. No, not at all. But it reminds me so much of Grandma. Yeah, just really does. Let's continue.
I'm gonna hold you evil pigs accountable for what you do to these humans. I'm gonna save humans from you evil pigs. Miss Piglet, the transgender pig. I will be recording inside this facility, I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. This gentleman here wanted to step in my personal space and assault me. He wanted to assault me because I was dressed as a female. He didn't like that, little piglets. He didn't like that I was dressed as a female. Or that I was recording, so he says. Don't you worry, Miss Piglet, the transgender pig will break down these barriers they have here, and I'll set firm standards that we as the public can go in here and record freely, just like the soldiers died for. Those rights that they're stripping from me today. Let's head on over to Superior and see if things are different.
Our Frauditor does head over to Superior Court, but the video has another 40 minutes to run. And I think I've had just about enough of this. I can't take any more today. I'll bring that to you in a separate video.
I've actually studied English, and I have over a 400 level education in English. I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
No reason. I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
We'll arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah. We're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to record you in public, man.
Actually,
no, that's the law.
Oh, is that like a law?
Against the law.
Oh, what law is that? Funny, because I've never heard about that. I pay for that uniform, I pay for that car, I'm the taxpayer, right? You work for me, right? You're just a little guy. You're just a little guy. You work for me. You are a public servant. You are a public servant. You work for me.
Oh, you assaulted me.
I did. So many.
You assaulted me. She assaulted me. Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
Take a swing. Take a swing. You'll go to jail. Go ahead, put your hands on me. Put your hands on me.
Salam alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. Harknuikan dakra. Ula wala fufatay.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. I'm being forcibly removed from the building again of a public lobby, so.
So if you want to take off that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
Okay, I don't want that man taking my picture. Why don't you take him out of here?
Sir, you hit me.
I'm gonna do
You
that
hit
next,
me.
okay?
Sir, okay, now
you take my picture then. I don't know you.
I said I broke your shoulder.
We really haven't been getting a lot of support from the community. You know, we need help getting hotels.
I have been putting in job applications, and I don't know any job where you walk up to it, fill out the application, and they hire you right on the spot.
She spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Right now, she spit in my face. I got it on camera.
$60, guys, is what we're trying to raise. So if you can help out, contribute towards it, feel free to donate, guys.
I won't ever ask for money on this channel again.
You touch my phone, you can't touch my phone. Okay? You touch my phone. Why did you touch my phone? She touched my property.
Hey, what's up, guys? So we're here at the America's Best Value. We're trying to get a room.
I'm asking for help. Please, guys, I need y'all's help.
You can't solicit a trespass, bro. You just solicited a trespass.
I asked her what she wanted.
No, you can't say, do you want them trespassing? You can't use that line.
She touched my phone. I got it on a video. I want to arrest her. I want to arrest her. You're gonna go to jail now.
We're a little low on funds, guys. So I want to make a quick video. If there's any way you guys can help out, we're trying to get a room.
I'm gonna pay you too, okay? You're done already. I got you in all videos. This is a public sidewalk. She touched me. She touched my phone, okay? This is an expensive phone. This is almost 1,200, okay?
Mrs. Potato's breaking my balls, everyone. She's straight up breaking my balls.
I will never beg you for it. I won't beg nobody for nothing.
Please don't touch me.
Step outside.
Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Donate to the PayPal if you can help out. If you can't, I understand.
PayPal link below. So if any of you would like to send me some money to help me out, I could greatly use it. But I'm not begging you for it.
So just leave. I live here.